Everyone wants things overnight, the overnight success. Both people, couples that are doing the same route we went, and also even the coaching world, the industry, people out there who have come into money for a few months and all of a sudden they're the experts and the coaches and they're really just fakes and frauds and really have not been through the fires and figured it out and created the frameworks and the blueprint. So the purpose of this show is to show you that it is possible to have this work-life fulfillment and work-life alignment, not work-life imbalance. So go from the chaos to the order.
100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. Don't give up on your future. We all start losers. We're all late bloomers. Gotta struggle through the sewer. What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way.
What's up, freaks? Welcome to the Russian and the Freak Show podcast, episode number 1. Now, we've done several live shows before with the Russian Freak, but this is the official transition over to the podcast platform. And let me tell you, today on the Russian and the Freak Show, we're going to take you back. We're going to take you on a journey, our journey from where we started to where we are right now with the lessons and the stories that led us to this point where we are. And it kind of gives you a little bit of context about what this show, what this podcast is going to be about in the future. Now, this show really, when it comes down to it, is really for anyone that can check off any of the following or all of the following, right? Basically for a married couple that lives together, obviously, hopefully, that are business partners, entrepreneurs, that work together, that work from home, that have kids, and even to the next level, kids that are homeschooled.
Yes, we take it on a journey in what happened years ago. Like, we really did things, Steve, in reverse, right? We
Thanks for the update.
We kind of started.
All of a sudden, you're here, and it's just like, Steve.
Well, like this thing, what is it, meerkat, when you call me? When I go like this?
Oh my gosh.
Well, let's start.
Settle down.
You wanted me to have
You're going to be sitting on my lap in a second.
Oh, yes, I would love
Holy
that.
Cut!
No, listen.
That is an interesting cap you've got
We
there.
will never get anything
We're actually going to change this show. It's going to now not going to be called The Russian and the Freak. It's going to be called Indiana Jones and the Freak. It's going to be called The Russian Indiana Jones and the Freak. That is an interesting cap you got there. Holy crap. Where did you get that thing from? Where did you get that?
I don't know. Were we in New Mexico or Texas? Somewhere.
You can't even keep track of where you buy your shit from because there's shit coming in every day from all over the freaking world.
I can't
there's
because
some
we
curtains
travel
coming from Italy.
so much. We travel so much that I just forget.
Your back is almost to the camera. There's one thing of like having a conversation, but your back is to the camera. Might as well just hear it.
I told you guys, I promise you that you are going to laugh. It's impossible not to laugh at this show. We didn't even start anything, but let's pause right here. Let's go back to beginning.
Why are you whispering?
They're
not going to fucking hear you if you're whispering. So we go back to where we were. We did things in reverse. Okay, so what does that mean? Did things what in reverse?
Well, in reverse, normal people,
creeping me out
regular
Indiana.
people get married, have kids, start the business. But we really met each other, and within few weeks later, we started living together. We quit our jobs. We started business. We opened up a location, had a kid, got married, had another kid, moved to California, bought a house, pulled kids out of school, started homeschooling. So this is like in short way, to put it in a short way.
And then that all led to this very moment where we are the presidents of the Indiana Jones fan club.
Thank you very much. I hope everybody liked my head. For those of you who listen and you can't see, you probably will see that episode on YouTube, but yes, it's a really cool hat.
So when it really comes down to the mission of this show, if we do our job correctly on this show, is to kind of show you what the mission is. It's to have a better idea of, I don't want to say work-life balance, work-life imbalance, going from order to chaos. And
like chaos is happening right now. And every show, I would say, from order to chaos.
Order to chaos, to really show you and breaking down like step by step from the beginning, really reintroducing ourselves to you and showing you what it takes to really help you develop your, what we call your freak freedom, your ideal, your ultimate freak freedom lifestyle. That's really what this is all about.
Yes, because
Yes.
when I think of like years ago, we always have that ideal lifestyle. Like we always were saying, okay, we wanted to build the business and have kids and travel with them, have the time for them, and all these pieces started being put together in that one big beautiful picture, like these little puzzles. And that's what we're doing right now. So we wanted to really show you that this is all possible, that you can get what you really want in life. But there is one important thing, that you have to have a vision, because so many people wanted to go somewhere, but they don't have a plan. Like not even a plan. You need to just dream of something. You need to have that ideal lifestyle that you wanted to have, because if you don't have this, how can you get there? How can you go somewhere if you don't really have the direction when you're going? So I think my question for all of you who are listening and who are watching us would be like, what is that big vision? What is the lifestyle that you wanted to have? Like, how do you picture yourself? You can think of a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, but be specific, because more specific you get on something, the more ideas will come to your head. Ideas and opportunities come to your life. I think the people that you meet, the opportunities, and then you're gonna be able to say, you know what, this is what I want to grab. This opportunity I wanted to grab, and I want to go for it, and it's aligning me with the direction when I'm going. And this is important. And why? Because if you take all the opportunities, you say yes to everything, you're gonna lose the sense of really where you're going.
Holy shit. Was that the long version or the short version? Because make sure that you don't discuss and talk about your vision so long that by the time you're done explaining it, that it's too late to even implement that vision.
This is your zone of genius, I tell you.
What?
This whole thing, always. Like talking like that.
So...
By the way, nice shirt. I really like the Freak Code apparel. It stands for freak.
It stands for freak.
Yeah, because it's red, it's green,
it literally
it's
says
blue,
the word freak on it, so I'm guessing
and it's
it stands
black.
for
It's
freak.
like all these colors. Really cool.
So back to this vision. Let's get back on track. Some of us have the attention span of a... So, yes, create the vision, but then visit it every day and work towards it every day. But by work towards it, the only way to work towards it is to reverse engineer it. Like, we literally put all right, what is the vision? Where are we looking to go? What does that ideal freak freedom lifestyle look like? And then reverse engineer it. Put the pieces into place from the beginning. What are the daily disciplines we're going to have? How are we going to need to operate in order to do this? And we are going to take you on a ride way back on this journey and just going to flow you through the last almost, I don't know, how long has it been? 23, 24 years? How long has it been?
Always add some years.
How long has it been?
You don't even know when we got married. You don't.
19 something.
You don't know.
Way back in the 1900s.
And at first I thought that maybe you pretend, but I think you don't know.
I have no fucking clue.
But you're so good with numbers, so how is that?
It's got to be a dollar sign behind it, then I could, bam, I'll get that
Yeah,
freaking
sure.
mathematics right away.
You don't even know when it's my birthday.
Somewhere around my birthday. Somewhere around mine.
Okay, when was Tyson
So
born?
let's just make sure we get on track. We don't want to lose track of the show. Let's keep things
in order. But you know
professional.
what? It's like you said, you have to go back. Even Steve Jobs said too that in order for you to like track your steps, it's always going backwards. This is some old
Fucking deep shit right there. Deep shit. Like, we could end the show right there. Just take the mic, drop the fucking mic, and show over. We are fucking cured.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to take you today on this episode as we kind of reintroduce ourselves to you. But can you tell me, in general, what is this show about? Like, what is this show all about?
Well, this show is all about the crazy lifestyle. How to maintain your equilibrium and function in a dysfunctional world. As a freak family in business and in life, so that you can transform chaotic complexity into your own personal normalcy.
You lost me at hello.
That's what the show is all about.
hold on. I gotta,
You just
one
type-
second. I'm just pulling up Google Translate to figure out what the frick you just said.
And
Equilibrium. I couldn't get the first. You said how to maintain your equilibrium. I didn't know. All right, got it. How to maintain your equilibrium and
Google
function
Translate.
in a dysfunctional world. Yes, that is overall the general scope of this show. And I've told you who this show is for, the type of people that it's for. Again, those married couples with kids who work from home, are entrepreneurs, work together, have kids again that are even homeschooling them. So combining all that together, taking that chaos and turning it into order. And that's really what this is all about. How to win in business and win in the family life, and just relationships in general. That's what we're talking about. Real world situations for real people, real situations, real world, how to just get your shit together. The shit that that you don't even want to hear, but the shit you need to hear. Because we belong to different groups with different entrepreneurs, homeschooling, other parents, other couples and stuff, just groups that we socialize with. And people are not afraid. The problem is people aren't afraid to ask for help. The problem is they ask for help and then do fuck all when it comes to actually implementing the stuff that's given to them. So that's what I give you here is practical stuff to implement. So you're not just sitting there asking for help and spinning in this overwhelmed, chaotic fucking world. To unclutter the fog and the mess that's in your freaking head. So let's take it way back. Let me set the scene for you here. The year was
90 never.
Something. 1988, let's just say.
You're making me so old.
The year was 19 something. And there I am. And I'm in a gentleman's club. And there's the performers on the poles, sliding up and down the poles. And it's late in the night. I'm out of dollar bills. I tipped her a French fry. She came home with me, and boom, the rest is history. The funny thing is, there's still people that, probably for 20-something years, that have been told this story about how we met, and I never told them it wasn't. So just so you know, every time they see you, they think that this is the story.
I know, I realize this, that people think that this is the story because you are so convincing with everything you say that people believe in you. People believe you.
So after the French fry thing, this happened to be a time when I was a personal trainer in a gym. I just got out of the Marine Corps, I don't even know, not too long out of the Marine Corps, a couple of years. And I'm a personal trainer in a gym. And it's weird. This same individual that I saw in the gentleman's club, I see working out on the gym floor. I'm like, that's odd. What are the odds of that? That this is where they work to do their booty training and then get their moves down. Little you know, nowadays you could hire an ass coach, a booty coach. It's that tell you how to squeeze your butt and how to do these weird ass exercises that supposedly are gonna, I don't know, build your
can you
steroid booty coach or some shit.
Because I will laugh
this is nuts.
The whole show.
This is nuts.
But that's what it is, the mastery, your personal
the mastery of the booty.
Booty, yes, you can. That's what the beauty of the world is nowadays. You can become a master of the booty.
This is just like mind-blowing knowledge bomb after knowledge bomb here. So there I am in the gym as a personal trainer, and there's the booty coaching going on over there. But I'm like, that's odd. It's the same performer I saw on the pole, the whole French fry thing. And there that same individual is in this gym working out. And so I'm on a break or whatever, and I would work long hours. I'd wake up at 3:45 in the morning to drive like an hour to get to the gym. I'd open it up, and I'd train clients all day. So I'm on a couple minutes that I have in between coaching sessions, and I go into the personal trainer's office, and I see this little slip. It's like a personal trainer request form, and it's from this same French fry individual requesting a session with me. I'm like, all right, now this is going too far. This is turning into some fatal attraction. There's going to be a bunny boiling in a pot pretty soon. This is some stalker shit that's going on here right now. It's a little creepy.
Hold on, you did not even know what I had to do. When I saw you at this gym, I'm like, I would like to have a session with this guy. I really like him.
A session? What kind of session?
Well, regular workout. What do you
regular?
Think? Just workout. Hold on. So I go to the front desk and I ask for a personal training session. So they give me other coaches, right? Our trainers, and I say, no, I want this one. The guy look at me.
Yeah, because I was fucking busy. I'm loaded from beginning to end, like trying to make some damn money.
It must be good.
and I have to give up my paying sessions for this free session that someone all of a sudden wants, and I had to do a free session. Had to cancel my, because they said no, you have to, and all of a sudden this free session is on my calendar. So after like, I don't know, one session, this same French fry individual invites me out to go to eat or something like that.
After the workout.
After one session. Like one session.
Girls get
like literally this session is over and we're heading out. And I say, I know a great place. I know a great place to eat.
All right, this is a lesson for the girls. Go for whatever you want in life. That's what I tell you.
And here we are like 27 years later with like a couple of kids and like 17 fucking animals running around the house and the property and the yard and all this other stuff.
We might be getting another one.
No, we might.
Talking parrot.
Fuck no. There's enough talking parrots around this damn house. So we leave the gym after one session, like literally the night before the French fry thing. So we go French fry, next day session, right after the session. Not even after like 2 or 3, like after one. On the way to eat. So I say, you know what? I know this great place to go and eat. Just follow me in your car. So I'm driving. It's a first.
Were you afraid
to
go in a car with me?
You don't even remember this. This is.
I do.
This
is actually true.
No, because you asked what this key word had to do with this whole thing. So I'm driving to this. I said, like, I know this great restaurant. They got some great food. A first date or whatever you want to call it. After one session, by the way. So we're driving. I pull in to the parking lot of McDonald's and I park in a spot. And this one's in a car behind me, following me, thinking I'm taking her to McDonald's for a first date. And then I pulled out of the McDonald's parking lot. We went to the restaurant right next door. It was,
this guy
what the hell is it called?
Nuts.
Is that New York Steakhouse?
I said, these Americans are nuts.
Was it called New York Steakhouse? Is that what it used to be called? It used to be called something.
Something, but it was such a good restaurant.
They closed down now, but they're not even there anymore because of the corona. They closed down. And so we're sitting there, and I'm not a very social individual. I'm not very conversational, if you can imagine. I mean, now I've
got over this.
Now I've grown into this just social butterfly, and I'm so charming and fun to be around and all this other stuff. But we're sitting there, and they bring out this bowl of these pickles, these awesome fucking pickles, as you're waiting to even before you do your order. And I take a bite. I'm like, this pickle's pretty freaking good. And then we put in the orders of the food. And I'm sitting there, and I don't really I'm not having the conversation and this and that.
Didn't have any conversation.
Of the stalker. There was no time to. I don't know how I would have even gotten a breath in. I'm like sitting there. This is called the pickles and the cocaine. Because I'm sitting there eating these pickles, looking at this person across me. I'm like, holy fuck. How do you even say that many words per minute and not even take a breath? And you didn't even taste the pickles because you're too busy talking. You didn't even order anything. I ordered this feast because I'm fucking starving because I trained all day.
I know, he ate
I ordered
so
this
much,
feast,
everything.
blackened chicken and those garlic mashed potatoes. Remember it like it was yesterday.
Yes.
And
good, so you remember our date. How lovely.
The blackened chicken, because it was a fucking hell of a meal.
You remember everything. What were you talking about?
And so I'm sitting there. I was talking about nothing. Because I'm eating pickles while I seriously thought, I'm like, this chick is a cokehead. Like, I thought it was a cokehead.
Really?
Because it's like, back in the motherland in Russia, we used to make cabbage and we step on it with our bare feet and then we eat the cabbage. I'm like, wait, whoa, hold on. The only thing I might have said is you stepped on fucking cabbage with your feet and then ate it. No wonder they call it sauerkraut. It fucking tastes like funky ass feet. Like, holy shit.
But it's truth, and I will take you on a journey with doing this cabbage one day. I promise you.
Promise. Oh, please do. I can't wait for that one.
Yes, I will do that.
A journey on how to make cabbage with your funky ass
Listen, this
crusty
is fun
toes.
stuff for kids and their parents.
All right, so the stalking is done, the McDonald's, the pickles, the cocaine, all that stuff. I don't need to say a word, so I'm like, actually, you know what? This is pretty cool. We should go, because I don't even have to talk. I don't even have to speak. This is great. And then it's even better, because then we move in together probably like the next day.
No.
It's probably like a day later, we're moving in together. The next day, I have visitors, the future in-law coming to visit from another country. And now
Oh, it wasn't that
there's speaking going on in another language. So I'm like, you know what? This is a keeper. I go out on the dates. I don't have to say a fucking word. I'm in the house. They're speaking this wish-wash shit that I don't know what the fuck they're saying all the time. I'm like, this is perfect. I don't have to even be part of these conversations. I could just chill.
Listen, I'm learning something new every
So I'm like, this
day.
is perfect. We move in together. Then I leave. We quit I quit my job, start an in-home personal training business. I quit the job at the gym, literally left in the middle of this workshop at lunchtime because they were making these changes and trying to really just screw people over. It was a corporate, one of those big box corporate gyms. Decide to leave. Say, you know what? I'm leaving. And it's a hard decision, quitting the job. And then she was working all these different jobs between the French fry job and the poles and selling perfumes in like department stores, like harassing, and those fucking vultures.
Hold on, who is speaking right
now?
Those
vultures, they come out and you walk by and they spray you with all this shit, like they're pepper spraying you, like, bitch, back up.
I feel like that pickle guy right now. I'm sitting and not saying a word. Can I speak?
I remember thinking after that first pickle and cocaine day, I'm like, there's got to be a limit that at some point in your life that your voice box just stops working because you've used up your words for a lifetime. I'm like, this one had to have used up all her words by now because I've never seen anything like this pickle cocaine
Listen, I wanted to learn English still. We're talking about 17 years? I was barely there for 7-8 years in America. It was still great for me to learn. That's what it was. I love.
So what lessons we have there? So far we did the French fries, the pickles.
Hold on,
the
French fries, guys, do not believe this whole thing.
And then
French fry
moving in together. And
hold on, let me just say it.
In-home training, quitting the jobs.
Yes, you were working at the gym. I was actually in the process. You remember, I was in the process of being certified as a trainer because in Poland, when I went for certification, but I never did. At that point,
you were working at a real estate agency, and then from there, you were doing that, and then started working part-time doing the perfume stuff.
No, later.
While babysitting and doing all this other stuff, like more jobs than
ever. But I had so many jobs. Yes, I had the babysitting in the morning, and I would go to the department store. Before I went to the department store, I was working in gyms. You remember all these gyms that I was working? And I overtrained. I overtrained.
First, you were doing all this other stuff. I said, why don't you get in the fitness industry? This is the direction we're going. We made this decision. This is the direction we're going to go in. Then you start doing those classes and you teach like these aqua aerobics, like these 90-year-old ladies in the thing.
Not only, that was fun. I was working in all these different gyms doing the step aerobic. Do you remember this? Anybody does the step aerobic class that you hop over the step with the choreography?
No, that was 1988.
Do you remember when we were living in Ramsey and I got the Bossa Ball and I was doing the choreography on the Bossa Ball. You remember me writing it down?
Because it was a course.
Yeah, but it was
those online courses. So then we just say, fuck it. I quit my job, convinced her to quit her job. Said, listen, you can go and I can get you an in-home training client and you can go and train this person. You can get 2 sessions and make more money in 2 hours of training in-home personal training than you do all week from all these jobs combined almost. I mean, give or take. So it's not worth it. So we just said, fuck it. At some point, you have to take risks, make bold moves, like put yourself out there and figure it out on the way. Jump out of the fucking plane and build a parachute on the way down before you splat on the fucking ground. So that's the way we had to think about it.
For those of you who still are not aligned in their mission, still are not aligned in the purpose, you gotta think, okay, if I have 10 jobs, I gotta really align myself and choose one thing and do it perfectly. Choose one thing and don't spread out your energy all over, because you need to focus on one thing and one thing only. And that's what's going to lead you to that mastery. That's what's going to lead you to that big, bold move and decision and everything that's happening in your life. So that was a big step for us. It was a huge step for us when we did that. You sent me to this client's house, and I remember being petrified. I remember like today, because it was just the beginning of me training. And
I had 2 clients that needed the same exact time.
Just imagine.
And I told one of them, I said, oh no, I'm going to send another one of a world-class trainer that never did a fucking home training session in her life ever before. Said, no, tons of experience. I'm going to send over to your house because I can't make it, and I guarantee it's going to be hit. And I got the approval from the client. They're like, actually, you know what? Probably better fit. a female client, female trainer. It was like an older woman. And I went home and said, guess what? Got you a new client. You're starting tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. You got to be at her house, and the house is like 30 something minutes away. Fist bumps, go and fucking get it. Sometimes you have to, again, make bold moves. Take the fucking risks. If you just stick, you're going to be then pushing fucking shopping carts or being a cashier or babysitting or doing these bullshit jobs stuck in a fucking cubicle, conforming to society and what the world or your teachers or parents or your friends or the fucking internet is telling you the way to live life. That's why we started this off with saying your freak freedom ideal lifestyle and how we did things in some weird ass order, because that's what worked for us to create the freedom and create this lifestyle. And then so we went from there, from the in-home training for a couple of years, and then opened up an actual physical location. Talk about another big risk. Like, all right, out of the car is pretty simple. There's no overhead. There's no bills at all. So like 95% profits when you're just training out of your car, but you're capped off. You're limiting. You're putting yourself, you're limited. You're lacking that additional, that next level of freedom. So the next level of freedom was actually taking a big bold move and making a big risk of opening up a studio, an actual in-person bootcamp boxing studio with a 5-year lease, needing insurance and needing to pay the bills and electric bills and all that other stuff that you know about. And that we, in the long-term vision, would lead to more freedom. That's the way we thought about it.
But what really made us to make this decision was that we were traveling to all these different homes and doing in-home training, and this to just spend so much time driving. And we were from early in the morning for 5 a.m. Sometimes I have these sessions at 5 a.m. You too, to all the way at nighttime. We were like, this doesn't work.
So what the in-home training was like, listen, everything is a stepping stone to the next thing. From working in a gym for an hourly rate for a big company that really only values the numbers, doesn't do things the way that you want to do them, doesn't have the same mission or even the way that you operate. Going to the in-home training was the next step up. So the gym training was the stepping stone to the in-home training. Once you max out and cap out that, or even get close to it, it's your freedom gets capped. Your potential gets capped. The amount of money you can make gets capped. The amount of impact you make gets capped, because you only can trade so much time for dollars doing in-home trainings. So we said, all right, we need to get a facility where we could train big groups. We could bring other trainers in. We could build a team, build a staff. You could start delegating shit and automating stuff so we could build it bigger and bigger. So the next step of freedom was going from the in-home to the actual location of a gym. And that was the next level of freedom. Because again, the idea of what we're telling you, this journey we're taking you on, this roller coaster ride, plus just the purpose of this show is to help you go from chaos to order, to build that freedom lifestyle that you want to freaking live, and showing you the different ways and how it is possible to fucking have it all.
Yes, but the belief is the factor. Like I strongly believe that there is a big bold move, but it's that internal belief that you can do better. You deserve better, you deserve more. And that vision that you have in your head is that leading factor towards these decisions that you make. Because I remember one day we opened up the gym in Spring Valley, our first location. And I remember going to Ramsey. I think I was going to the doctor, and here I am at the store with the kids, and I meet one of the one of the trainers that was from that corporate gym, and she was like the top trainer, and I remember in Ramsey. And I asked her, and she said, yeah, I'm still working there. So it's, and we, during this time, we already built such a successful gym.
And the mother bitches are probably still spraying perfume in people's faces when you walk into freaking Macy's.
And exactly. So again, go back to that vision. And the fact that the vision is there, you can't think, okay, I have the vision, I have the dream, that everything is going to be going perfectly, because it won't. You need to understand that these obstacles will come to you, that these bumps will come to you, these hard, difficult situations, but that you will need to overcome them. And most people stop. The moment that they hit some big rock, some big obstacle, like we hit that immediately. We moved into a location in Spring Valley, I remember. We signed that lease, and the first 3 months we had no clients. I had one client that I was meeting there. The person was paying a group prices, and she was only one, because I would show up for her to teach her and to train her. And this shows you that, this is not perfect in the beginning. It's hard. And I remember we had to figure out the marketing. We were coming there every day, sitting, coming up with these ideas, brainstorming. How are we going to bring people into the gym besides the clients that we've had?
And if opening up a new location isn't enough, after quitting your jobs, moving in together, taking on a 5-year lease, what do we decide to do within like the first year of opening up the freaking place? Let's go have a kid. That's a perfect way to do it. So now we're like, all right, this is what a perfect way to realize there's no perfect time for anything. Perfectionism will lead to procrastination. If we waited until, we're going to wait till this gym is successful and running on its own and have a kid, shit. Or wait until you make as much money till you're satisfied, those freaking kids probably wouldn't even be born yet. So it's like, you know what? We're going to do this and have confidence in our abilities to figure it out. We know we're going to figure this out. So we have a kid, have this gym running, and we went on zero, didn't do any credit. Everything was just paid for. Every dime we had that we saved up from the in-home training. Again, every level of freedom leads to the next level of freedom.
This is a perfect lesson.
And it's
for
all
everybody.
stepping stones of freedom. Every level went to the next level of freedom, except for the next step, we get married. And that's when the freedom just halted.
Hold on. Before the marriage part.
She didn't even get that part.
Yeah, I did.
She's back there laughing. Our cameraman is back there laughing.
Listen, we have a cameraman, but I totally get it. But I get it. But before we're gonna move there is a lesson, because people think, oh my God, I work all these jobs. How can I invest in anything? I spend every dime. I live paycheck to paycheck. Well, you live paycheck to paycheck because you probably go to the restaurants, spend all this money, go spend instead of saving. We were on a saving budget. We wouldn't go out and
Whoa. We were on a saving budget?
Of course we were.
Funny, I just saw a fucking thing on my bank statement today for some $1,200 freaking bed that comes to life from Italy.
Good life.
We were on a save.
Hold on. No. Before you...
I was on a saving budget.
Yeah.
Here, and the kids have this joke. They say, first of all, I don't get how married couples have like separate accounts and separate expenses. Like that's just fucking weird.
I don't know.
People even ask.
I think they don't trust each other. Do you guys trust each other? By the way, for those of you who are listening to the podcast and YouTube, make some notes underneath this episode and write it down. Do you have separate accounts, or do you have bank accounts together? Why would you decide even to have a separate account? I mean, you guys.
Our kids have a running joke.
Can I finish?
You were finished with that.
I think it's a payoff.
Our kids.
This is after the pickle and cocaine thing. That's definitely what.
Cameraman,
it is.
your director is giving you instructions over there.
Yes, sir.
Our kids have this running joke, even though it's not separate accounts, but they just say that mommy's money is mommy's money. Daddy's money is our money. That's what they say.
Tyson's money is...
That's what they say.
Our money.
So that's strange. You won't notice it, but there was a quick cut in the recording, so it's going to get blended together with the editing, but you won't even notice it. But I thought it was pretty odd that all of a sudden we get cut out when we're talking about the money and your money and your accounts, and you try to distractionary techniques to divert attention about the bill coming of new fucking bed from Italy and all this other stuff.
I have some superpowers.
So let's get back on track here. So we open up the place. The freedom ends once we get married. And again,
Freedom.
all this stuff happened first. Don't forget, there was quitting the jobs or moving in together, quitting the jobs, starting in a small business, then starting a bigger small business on an actual location, then having a kid, then getting married, and then having another kid, and then opening up a second location.
Hold on.
And
about
so there's
the marriage,
some stuff to wrap up into there.
A little bit marriage, because you remember how we were deciding how much we're gonna spend on the wedding. We didn't want to have so much money being spent because we didn't want to go into debt. And so many young people, if you are planning to get married and maybe you want to start a business, just do it the other way. Don't spend all your money, don't start a business. That's just bad move. We have some money, we were able to invest in this, and I remember getting involved, even our clients, we got such a cool, you remember that wedding?
If you have a ton of money, epic.
We were doing squat thrusts during the wedding. There should be a separate episode.
If you have tons of money, sure, you want to spend money on experiences and create these experiences and everything you're doing. But if you're have a business that you barely just opened that's barely even starting to get some momentum and just had a kid. Tyson was not even...
Tyson was
just a year old and like a month.
Yes.
And so
you remember.
So that's pretty soon into opening the gym, and then have a wedding where you're spending freaking tens of thousands of dollars for one freaking day for a bunch of fucking people that 90% of them, it's what, now 22 years later, and 90% of them you don't even talk to. Think about it.
Because you know who are our friends?
I bet if we pull up the guest list, there'd be 95% that we have zero contact with. If we pull that up.
I think so.
And some of those are probably family members.
They were most of them, they were clients from the gym. That's why there was such an epic wedding, guys, because everybody knew each other and everybody were doing squat thrusts and MC on that. I mean, there was just epic wedding.
Let's say the MC.
They were just rocking. We should pull up some videotapes.
Sure.
Videotapes.
So then we have a second kid, and right at the same time the second kid is coming, we decide, let's go move locations. And right after we move locations, shortly after opening up a second location. So we actually upgraded location from one to a bigger, more expensive spot while the second kid is being born, because why not build up your adversity muscles? Why not challenge yourself? Like, again, don't wait for perfection. Perfectionism leads to procrastination. Don't let it fucking happen, or none of this shit would happen. We wouldn't be sitting here doing this podcast with you right now if we didn't just say we're going to make this shit happen.
And then, hold on, but Tyson, this is important part. Tyson, I remember like today, I was training clients having Tyson in my carrier, like literally in front of me sometimes when I was training clients, because I couldn't, the babysitter wouldn't show up. You would have clients babysitting. We would have guys, our clients, the admin babysit him. He would be sitting in the playpen when we were running gyms. Literally, you can pull up videos, YouTube videos when he's there, when we both train classes. But listen to this, how this works in a funny way. Sometimes I would think, oh my God. No, sometimes I would think, oh my God.
That was funny. That was funny.
Jesus, you scared me.
That was freaking hysterical.
I'm bringing my kid and then two kids actually to the gym. Like I am spending sometimes, but we were working from 5 a.m. all the way to 8 p.m. We would bring these kids that were with us at the gym, but we were pretty much raised by the gym. And so many times I would have that guilt that, oh my God, I'm not having enough time when other moms just would hang out and do nothing. And sometimes I would have this in me. I didn't share that much, but right now I can share this and we can do more episodes on this because I think this is important for a lot of moms that they have that guilt. And look what happened now. Tyson is actually creating his own separate program for kids to teach kids how to work out. So I believe that this was meant to be.
You have a director there giving you instructions.
Yes.
He's telling you to do the short version.
No, but I want to do, this is like,
but listen,
listen.
So again, we keep adding on more and more freedom, right? Because that's the idea, to get to and we're talking now, we've covered, I don't even know, 6-7 years by now.
I know, but why so fast?
The point is,
can we go back and like
6-7 years now, and this is not even to the level.
Ow! He just stabbed me with the pen. Who does this? Look, I'm going like nicely. He has all kinds of weapons here.
So 6-7 years and nowhere near even close to that freedom lifestyle. But every step is a building block. Every move and decision is another step closer to that ideal freedom lifestyle that we're looking for. And so then we think, all right, what's the next step? We did everything ourselves for years, literally from morning till night, clearing the floor. We said, all right, we need to build a team. We need to pull ourselves out of training. Scary fucking move. Lose your ego. You think you could do everything better yourself, but you need to be able to build a team. So we started building a team. Next step from that was, all right, now we want to grow and scale. Open up a second location. Here's the thing. You want to grow, you make decisions, not don't freaking do it, but do it the right way, do it the smart way, do it a little more strategic. We had one location making over $1 million a year. We opened up 2 locations. The first 6 months, they both combined we're on pace for over $1 million a year, but once a full year, 2 locations combined made less profit. Doesn't matter what the revenue is. Pedro says the revenue feeds the ego, the profits feed the family. So we had 2 locations that brought in less profit than the 1 location by itself. So we started thinking, all right, we want freedom. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fuck up. You're going to make major mistakes. There was hundreds of thousands of dollars put into this new place that made us get less profits. So we started thinking, all right, you got to start shifting, start making some moves. And after a couple years of the second location opening, we had a family meeting. So the first thing is to keep building, keep coming up, keep trying things, keep attempting stuff, making those bold moves. Every one of your bold moves ain't going to be perfect. You're going to fuck up a lot of those bold moves. What are you going to do? Crumble under the pressure and just fold it up and quit and cry and be a little bitch about it? Or figure it the fuck out. So we had a family meeting, a yearly recap meeting, and we went back and said, all right, this year, it was the year of 2020, we're going to either sell the gym by the end of this year or just close it. Because now at this point, we already decided to make the move to California. And because that was more freedom, we wanted to be able to run the businesses remotely while we started to build some online stuff and some new business ideas and things we were starting out here in California. So again, next level of freedom. Imagine being able to run 2 gyms that were making over $1 million a year remotely. Next level of freedom is what we were looking for. One of them was a mistake. The second location we said was probably a mistake, shouldn't have done, but that's how you learn. That's how you learn. That's how you get experience. That's how you figure out how to adapt and overcome. And we said in that meeting that year we were either going to sell or just close the gyms down. And if you would have told me 5 years before that, after these gyms now are already open over a decade, we're skipping a lot of time here. The gyms are already open for a decade. And if you would have told me that one day, I'd say we're just going to close them, either sell or close. I said, you're fucking nuts. We're going to have these gyms forever. But again, everything is a stepping stone. We're looking for the new levels of freedom, the new, one step closer to that ideal lifestyle you're looking for. And
but then the lifestyle has to be specific again, guys, because if you're just gonna be like a broad, like some kind of vision, but we just knew what we really wanted. We didn't want to be tied up to anything. That's what it was. We wanted to have as much as remote and possible business that we don't struggle like in person.
And you have to make those tough. Now, the next lesson there is make those tough decisions and then just do it. And as Stephen King has a saying, kill your darlings. When he's writing a book and the book either it sucks, or maybe he has a good book and there's a character that he keeps trying to force into the story, or maybe the whole book in general that he might have spent months on writing and it's just not flowing. He doesn't see an end in sight. He's not feeling it. It's just not, he's not connecting with it. He says, kill your darlings, meaning just because it's your little baby, sometimes it's time to fucking cut it and end it and finish it. And that's what we were saying with the gyms. It was time to do it. It was time to let it go. And if you would have told me, like, literally have a tattoo of the logo, which is our same dog. Shit, I'm even wearing the shorts of our gym right now. I wear them almost every day because I have so many of them. If you would have told me,
Tyson's gonna have some of them soon.
If you would have told me, if you would have told me.
We need the goat here on the.
What the hell was that? Freaking Indiana Jones over there. But if you would have told me we would say we're going to close the gyms down, and if we didn't even sell it, and that's what we did. The Corona came around. It was a perfect opportunity to close the gym down. So we went to New York. We shipped half our equipment here. We have the freaking most amazing home gym set up here with half the equipment. We sold the other half of the equipment, made tons of money on it because people needed exercise equipment at home.
That's another episode. We could just talk about
win-win
it, how
situation,
to help people.
Which then led to going more online and some bigger business partnerships and relationships here in California in person, and then online coaching, one-on-one coaching. Said, all right. Then we finally bought a house here in California, bought an RV because we wanted the next level of freedom. We have a house. We're in the location we want. We're doing online coaching now, one-on-one OTD coaching, operate to dominate in your mindset, your family, your fitness, and your business for one-on-one for entrepreneurs. Next level was, all right, we want even more freedom. So we get an RV shortly after buying a home. Right after getting the RV, literally the first or second trip with the RV, said, you know what? The freedom thing, we're going to keep chipping away and getting even more freedom and an even better lifestyle closer to that ultimate freedom lifestyle. And the final piece of that was yanking the kids out of the Nazism of this public school system and not even just going with a curriculum of the schools while we're homeschooling.
We were fortunate enough that this is, I don't know how other states, but that's what in California have these 3 options that you can go with the curriculum and the state will pay you money. But we were like, we don't want to go with any curriculum. We want to be fully independent. Who else can really take care of our kids better than us And who else gonna be telling me what to do? We can. We are the parents. We wanted to have a freedom of deciding. Plus, we want our kids to go with the direction, with the fulfillment, with the need, the internal need, what they wanted to do.
So that was the last step. And I say after, and we almost didn't even know we needed that piece. We thought about it for a couple of years, but we thought we already had the ultimate freedom until we were on that RV trip and we got some letter from the school or some call from the school saying that Tyson was guilty of like truancy, and I had to look it up. Didn't know what it meant. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. I don't need to explain to you where my kid is, and I'm giving him a much better education out here on the road than you could possibly give. So,
but obviously they do this all over the place, because I just talked to another friend who just got the same letter from a different state. So here we go.
So we realized that was the last real piece. So now I see it. This journey we just take you on. You think it's going to happen overnight, and it's not. And this is what led us to then starting the Alliance, which is, we'll talk about in a different episode, but it's a personal discipline development program for other entrepreneurial couples who are partnering with their partner in business and life and kids and maybe even homeschooling, but they're running the business together, working from home the way we've been doing for years. Because we just took you on like literally a 20-year journey here in the last 45 minutes. But over 20 years, this shit isn't new. Working together, working from home, living together, entrepreneurs, learning these lessons. We didn't just start this. That's the problem with things nowadays. Everyone wants a quick fix. Everyone wants things overnight. The overnight success. Both people, couples that are doing the same route we went, and also even the coaching world, the industry. People out there who have come into money for a few months, and all of a sudden they're the experts and the coaches, and they're really just fucking fakes and frauds, and really have not been through the fires and figured it out and created the frameworks and the blueprint. So the purpose of this show is to show you that it is possible to have this work-life fulfillment and work-life alignment, not work-life imbalance. So go from the chaos to the order. That's what the Rush and the Freak podcast is all about as we wrap up this episode number 1. So make sure that you like, share, subscribe to this video, put your comments down below if you have any questions, anything we're talking about. Want any more information on any of the coaching programs that we're talking about, the one-on-one, the group coaching. There's a female event coming up that the Russian is running over here, the Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
You must wear your Indiana Jones hat to that
June
Indiana
3rd.
Jones convention. So put the questions, comments down below. Make sure you subscribe, share, put on the notifications so you do not miss an episode. If you are in business with your spouse, with your partner, your goat, whatever the fuck you're into, and running a business together, working from home, having kids, living in this world that we're talking about, and looking to build your ultimate ideal freak freedom lifestyle, this is the show that you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode. You can watch the video version on YouTube. You can listen everywhere podcasts are heard. And we will wrap it up there for episode number 1. Make sure you go and like and subscribe and share. Leave your comments below. We will see you next time on the Russian and the Freak Show. And in case no one told you yet today, you are fucking awesome. No excuses.
No excuses.
100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. Don't give up on your future. We all start losers. We're all late bloomers. Gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way.